men, believed to be brothers, gunned down in Old Harbour. 876 report, we keep you in the know. Two men, said to be brothers, were shot and killed by armed men in their community of Seaview Drive West in Old Harbour, St. Catherine, on Friday, May 29. The deceased men have been identified as 24-year-old Sackone Haynes, otherwise called Cake Soap, and 21-year-old Shamar Blackwood. Reports from the Old Harbour police are that about 5:20 p.m. a group of men were standing on the roadway when armed men drove up in a Toyota Probox motorcar and exited and opened gunfire, hitting Haynes and Blackwood, who tried to escape the sudden attack but were each hit multiple times. The attackers then fled the scene in the motorcar. The police were summoned and the two men were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. No one else was injured in the incident. Police sources have indicated that the preliminary information on the ground is that the two now deceased men have recently relocated to the community from Spanish Town. Indications are that investigators are looking at the likelihood of the attack having been gang-related. Investigations continue into the incident. Curfew extended. Prime Minister Andrew Holness updated the nation yesterday on new orders under the National Disaster Risk Management Act.
The day to next day, night to early morning curfews will continue in place starting 9 p.m. tonight to 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, day to day, until 5 a.m. on the morning of June 14th, 2020. In the night time of June 14th, the curfew will begin 10 p.m. through to 5 a.m. the following morning, day to day until 5 a.m. on the morning of June 30th, 2020. Licensed public passenger transport, state or privately operated, are allowed 1 hour after the end of the curfew, that is between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. until June 14th, 2020, and between 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. thereafter until June 30, 2020, to travel home from their last passenger drop-off, and 1 hour before the beginning of the curfew, that would be between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. until June 30, 2020, to travel to their first passenger pickup. No passenger must be transported in their vehicles during the additional 1 hour period allowed for transport operators to travel to and from their homes. We have not specified opening or closing hours for businesses other than the general limits on the curfew hours. We encourage businesses and employees to optimize arrangements to increase productive use of time and safe travel.
While addressing the nation on Sunday, May 31st, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, sought to address the recent shooting death of 44-year-old Susan Bogle in Augustown.
I want to address an issue which occurred last week, and that is the shooting death of Susan Bogle in the Augustown community. The circumstances behind the shooting are still under investigation. And given the established protocols that now exist regarding such shootings, where there is an independent commission of investigation who takes over these matters and who has been doing a very good job in ensuring that justice is done. Nevertheless, I feel compelled to make a brief statement on the matter. And my perspective was influenced because this morning I called the son of the deceased, a young man who I had an extensive conversation with. And very impressive young man, the best of Jamaica, what we would want to see all our young men aspire to. And I was very moved, very touching story. But the statement which moved me was that he didn't want his mother's death to go in vain or be ignored by the state. And I found that to be very profound. It is imperative that the government at all times reassures all citizens that the government cares. The government will ensure that nothing in these matters will be hidden, will be swept under the carpet. Social and economic status of the victim does not determine the outcome of justice. And I had what I felt to be a very good talk with this young man and gave him the assurance that in no way, shape, or form will there be any attempt to cover up, that we will seek to have justice done in this matter.
Thank you for listening to 876 Report. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for further news.